Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Saturday, January 1st. It is New Year's Day. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I am so excited for what this new year is going to bring. As we get started today, I've got a new resource that I'd like to give you, and that new resource is the second edition, the second issue of the Cryptogenic Monthly Digest. And in this monthly digest, I have an analysis of the crypto market today. I cover Bitcoin. I look at XRP and the alts. I go through the entire Cryptogenic portfolio, and then I identify what I see as the 5 most buyable altcoins on the market today. I spent most of the last 24 hours writing this report, and I spent hours and hours and hours poring over charts to come to the conclusions that I came to. I'd love to give it to each and every one of you, but because I've spent so much time and effort on this, from now on I'm giving this report only to my patrons, which brings me to another subject. I promised today to open up another level on my Patreon, and that level is the Titanium level. It is now available. The Titanium level, I am going to do with that level a monthly group Zoom session. It's going to be about an hour and a half in which I will answer questions and do some TA. So if, I noticed a number of people wanted to jump on my highest level, which is the platinum level, but I just can't take any new people. I do one-on-one sessions at the platinum level, and I just cannot take any new people. So if you're interested in doing a monthly Zoom call with me, you can ask questions. I'll take TA requests. And I'll give as much time as I can in that meeting to everyone in that group. That will kind of help me to help a lot more people. So jump on that today. Also, I've updated all of these levels. You're going to get the complete Cryptogenic. Some of you just get your feet wet. Join at the $19 level. Get the complete Cryptogenic portfolio with profit take and buy up to levels. The monthly digest that you're going to get. All the charts and information that I published to the wall there in the group, and the camaraderie and support of the Cryptogenic Patreon community. It is an awesome and wonderful community, I can tell you that. And kind of going back to this digest, here's the thing. What I'm presenting here is not just an analysis, but a strategy. And I say this right here. And I just want to read this one part before I jump into the charts. The crypto market is the most profitable market in the world, but it's also the most volatile. And the problem with volatility is that we're typically not aware of how dramatically it affects our emotions. When the market pumps, so does my heart, and when the market dumps, so does my heart. And one of the worst financial strategies that I can adopt is making financial decisions when my heart is pumping or dumping. A strategy is simply a way of determining what I will do and what I will not do ahead of time before the market pumps or dumps. And once the strategy is established, I can sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love. And that's what the Cryptogenic portfolio will do for you. I have a group of what I consider to be 30 of the strongest assets on the market. I have profit take levels. I have a 10% profit take level, 15% profit take level, and 25% profit take levels for each asset, as well as buy up to levels, and which are basically accumulation zones for each of those assets. And so basically what that does for me personally is buying under the buy up to zone is I'm buying in the accumulation range. So whenever anything enters into accumulation, that's a buy. And whenever anything enters profit take, I take profit. And then I even have a strategy for what to do with that profit when I take it at each level. So I believe this is going to be very beneficial for a lot of people. Although it is not financial advice, I'm simply sharing with you what I am doing, what I see, and what I would do in certain situations. And if that interests you, check out my Patreon. All right, we're going to jump in here. I'm going to look at the Bitcoin chart first. Now, it is January 1st, and I talk about this in the digest, but we expected by now the bull run to happen. Let me ask you this question first. What's the difference between this chart and this chart? Just take a look for a second. This chart and this chart. They're both Bitcoin weekly charts. So on both of these charts, every one of these candles is a week. The only difference between this chart and this chart is this is a micro chart. Basically, I'm zoomed way in, and this is a macro chart. Basically, I'm zoomed way out. So in other words, in the first chart, you're only looking at this area here. See? But in the second chart, I zoom out. Now, let's take a look at the candle patterns. The candle pattern in this chart is what we call an ascending narrowing wedge. It's bearish. Now, what's the candle pattern in this chart? That's right. It's an ascending narrowing wedge. It's bearish. So Bitcoin is bearish. The only question is when. Because if we stay in this ascending narrowing wedge all the way till we get to July of next year or even August, we could break down at say $198,000, $200,000 before we break down bearish. So we know that Bitcoin's bear market is coming. All of us know that. That's not new information to anybody. The only question is when. And because I believe in an extended cycle, I think the bear market is not coming until at least at the earliest, the first week in August. Whereas if you're the blockchain backer, you believe that the bear market has already started. Now, who's right? We actually don't know, but we will see. Okay, and I know there's a lot of blockchain backer maximalists who are going to comment below and say, no, exactly what the blockchain backer says is gospel. Maybe that's correct. We shall see. Benjamin Cohen is another one who believes in an extended cycle. He sees the Bitcoin bull run going until October of 2022. So I'm not alone in this, okay? But at the same time, I could be wrong. I acknowledge that, and we'll see. If we break down beneath 39,000 and start heading south for the winter, blockchain backer is right. And sure enough, the Bitcoin bull run is over, okay? But if so far we've used the 50-day EMA as support, right? And if we continue to use the 50-day EMA as support, and secondly, if the hidden bullish divergence plays itself out, the RSI is going to bounce toward the top of this range, and the price is going to come back to retest the top of this range, which is $70,000. And if we break above this, we're off and running. Now, let me ask you one more question. What's the difference between this chart and this chart? Two different candle patterns. What's the difference between this chart and this chart? And if you haven't seen it already, I'm sure you have, the difference is this chart is descending, meaning we're making lower highs. This chart is ascending. We're making higher highs. This is an ascending narrowing wedge, and this is a descending wedge or a falling wedge, also called a bull pennant. Ascending wedges are bearish. Descending wedges are bullish. Theta token is in a descending wedge, which means it's threatening a breakout. And at any moment, it could break out and go for a crazy run. The difference is Bitcoin is in an ascending wedge on both of its charts. At a certain point, it's going to break down. Now, why do I bring that to your attention? Because even if the blockchain backer is right and Bitcoin is getting ready to break down and head south for the winter and go into a multi-year bear market, it's still awesome for the altcoins because that simply means that the altcoins are getting ready to take off. This is a bullish chart, and Theta token is going to do well regardless of what Bitcoin does. Now, if Bitcoin crashes, will the altcoins go into a temporary pullback? Yes, almost certainly so. But at a certain point in every bull run, when Bitcoin gets to the end of its run and goes into its retreat, the altcoin market explodes and takes off, which means that the worst case scenario is still awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm excited about Theta token. I'm excited about a number of other assets that I'm seeing in the crypto sphere. I got a lot to share with you this year. I've got a lot of ideas and multiple creative projects that I'm working on that I can't wait to share with you. Thank you all so much for 2021. 2021 was my first year in YouTube as a YouTube personality. First year in as a crypto influencer in that regard. I started my channel just after New Year's last year at this time, and it's been a wonderful ride. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and I look forward to many great conversations to come as we track this market and see what it does. So happy New Year to each and every one of you. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if you found any value in the things that I've shared, please take a moment and like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think. And above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every day, and walk in love. Wake in joy every morning and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic signing out. Sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic signing out.